CBS 21 Political Insiders with Rob Hanrahan.
The people of Pennsylvania want to hear from the governor. They want to talk about issues. And there are a lot of issues. At the end of the day, we could have done this. An hour and a half, we could have done it.
And we are joined now by our political insiders, Republican strategist Charlie Giroux on the right and Democratic strategist Mark Singal. So guys, before we get to the elephant in the room that everybody's been talking about this debate, let's talk about the candidates. Charlie, you first. Did Scott Wagner get any message ahead?
It was very difficult for him to get a word in edgewise because what we're going to talk about in a moment occurred where Alex Trebek felt it was his obligation to steal the show. The closing of Scott Wagner was very strong. Unfortunately for him, it was really too little and too late, and that's no besmirching him because it wasn't his fault. But he had to draw some blood last night. He never had an opportunity because, frankly, this was simply not a debate. I hope and pray that the people of Pennsylvania will have an opportunity to see these two candidates actually debate.
Yeah, Mark, what was your take?
Scott Wagner didn't get much of an opportunity to make his case, and I don't think the governor made his case very well either. The few times that he got a chance to tout his own record or to make his own statement about directions and things like that, it was understated, it was not exciting, the debate format didn't allow them to really go at each other, so I think both of them are really disserved by this format.
Well, we know they brought in Jeopardy host Alex Trebek to moderate this debate, and we know now he's taking a tremendous amount of heat over how this went. He stopped by the CBS 21 studios today to talk to us about it and what happened last night. Let's hear a little bit from Alex Trebek.
As I pointed out last night, Mr. Wagner is the challenger, so he has to be on offense. So he has to be more forceful. And he says a lot more than the governor does. And I was trying to focus on some of the things that Scott Wagner said and point out where people, like myself, might have problems with that. As I indicated to the audience, I'm an independent. I voted for Democrats and I voted for Republicans. It depends on the person.
Okay, just me watching this, Mark, it did seem that he leaned on Wagner a lot.
Well, I have to agree. And Charlie, you're going to be surprised to hear this, that despite what Mr. Trebek is saying, he spent a lot of time questioning Wagner and challenging what he was saying and ingratiating himself to the governor and taking the governor's side on certain positions. I don't think that he was objective, and he skewed it in favor of Governor Wolf.
And Charlie, this was like one of our only chances to
and that's the thing.
Together.
I mean, the bigger problem, and I agree with Mark, surprisingly, but the bigger problem is that Alex Trebek made himself the star of the show. No moderator. And Rob, you've moderated a few debates and done them very, very well.
Thank you.
You get the candidates to engage, and then you retreat into the background. This was constantly Alex Trebek asserting himself, his views, his musings, his ideas, his notions. He did in this little piece that you just showed. It was really awful, and I do hope, and I think Mark agrees with me, that these candidates, Tom Wolf and Scott Wagner, will have an opportunity, or two or three, to debate the issues that are so important to this Commonwealth and about which voters have the right to hear directly from the candidate.
And Scott Wagner wants to debate, and I'll just say to the governor, please, we will host it. We will host it. We'll do it. Put it together for you. Yeah. So just give us a call. Return our calls, and we can put that together.
You know, but I agree with Charlie. I think he should.
Alex Trebek, very, very apologetic today about how the whole thing went. Says he'll never moderate a debate ever again.
Well, just ease up on Alex a little bit. He's a good guy. He was engaging. It was very pleasant. But I agree with Charlie. Next time, hand-to-hand.
Okay, all right, I'll go with that.
There you go.
The debate between our political insiders continues Sunday mornings at 8:30. Please join us for CBS 21's Face the State.